All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and Matt Flynn.
Hands to Hester, and Hester, yep, got it, 5 out of 5.
From carrying each other to a natty to carrying each other on the air.
Flynn is back to throw for the end zone.
Live from downtown Baton Rouge, it's Off the Bench.
And welcome back in, hour number 3 of OTB, and we are here live at Pro Dreams. Again, want to remind you, I will be here this weekend, hanging out, watching College Game Day, signing some autographs. So come hang out, Maybe maybe Matt can come hang out too. I'm sure he's up at 10 a.m. Probably sleeping though.
I'll definitely be up at 10 a.m. Do your kids like to sleep in the morning?
Yeah. We got some sleepers.
I woke up today at my normal time. I got up about 5:40, and I heard like thuds because my kids are beds on the second floor of our house. Yep. And I heard thuds. My kids were awake at like 5:45 playing, all of them, all three.
Well, what are we doing?
That's not. Are those?
You should have said, do you know what Dad would do to be able to go back to bed right now?
Yeah, do it for me, guys. Do it.
Let me live through you.
I'm not supposed to be seeing y'all before I head off the radio. Hey, Taylor, Taylor back in studio, you sounded awful during your announcements coming into hour 3. Just want you to know that.
He sounded bad?
Yeah, I'm sure he didn't even look good.
He sounded terrible. Probably had just a resting you-know-what face as he was reading it.
Oh, there's no doubt.
Yeah.
He looked terrible. I know it's his birthday and everything, and people are supposed to be nice to him, but some people hadn't earned it.
Well, is there anything you can do about that?
No, that just changes everything.
Okay. Fair enough. Want to remind you about LSU Snacks, the officially licensed snacks of the Tigers. Every bite supports LSU athletes, so you can cheer on the Tigers while enjoying great taste. Try the Win Bar, a blend of crunchy granola, wholesome almonds, and chocolate chips packed with protein and lower in sugar. Or you can grab the Win Bites, gluten-free, bite-sized chocolate chip cookies with a perfect crunch. Find LSU Snacks now at Rouse's or order online at lsusnacks.com. LSU Snacks, where every bite supports LSU. Go Tigers. Speaking of Rouse's, by the way, we'll be there tomorrow and every Friday during the football season. And I'm sure tomorrow one of our conversations will be about the result of the Washington Commanders and the Green Bay Packers from Lambeau Field.
I'm so fired up.
JD5 versus Jordan Love. I'm going for the Commanders, right? I mean, I got to cheer for my guy, JD5. Like, the Packers don't have an LSU guy on their team. I can't cheer for them.
Okay.
They don't have any.
I would expect most people around here absolutely to be cheering for the Commanders. That's great.
It's probably just you.
I'm cheering for cheering for Jaden.
And definitely not Taylor.
Definitely not Taylor. I'm cheering for Jaden. This is going to be a good game. Like, when I watch NFL games, I usually cheer for storylines. I cheer for people I like, players I like, and then I cheer for the Packers as well. So I'll be cheering for JD. This is not like I see the Packers play the Lions last week. I'm 100% all in. I don't want them to lose to the Lions. But, if JD goes off and beats the Packers, I don't see that happening. I think the Packers are way too good. There's going to be a lot of juice. That defense, my God, it looks like when the other team is running the ball, it looks like a zombie apocalypse because you got 11 Packers flying to the ball. And you don't always get that in NFL regular season.
Right.
A lot of times it's NFL regular season. It's all professionals. People know that it's livelihoods at stake here, and they know it's a long season. So a lot of times, like, if an offensive lineman has a good set and locks the defensive lineman up, it's like, all right, cool, play over. Like, you got me this time. Next play, I might get you.
Yeah.
And I'll give effort, like if I think I can get it. But there's a lot of brother-in-law, so it just, it was opening weekend. They were flying around like it was playoff football, and I would expect kind of that same energy. I mean, it's prime time, it's nighttime, it's Thursday night football. So, man, I'm fired up. But good God, if anybody would have ever thought that JD's season was a fluke last year, well, just turn on week 1.
Yeah, he looked great.
Yeah, looked great. And that guy is just
no sophomore slump so far.
No sophomore slump. The guy's just a ball, and nothing that he did last year was an accident. Like everything that when he plays in control. He has a moxie about him. He's got poise, and he's just a smart football player. And he has built that football IQ.
Yeah,
he has worked on it. from his time at LSU using the virtual reality, being able to take coaching and do something when he did something bad, able to turn that around and not do that again.
Yeah.
Which a lot of people can't do. It's the difference. Like, that's what the term coachable means.
Right.
It's like when you're coachable, like a coach only has to correct you on something once.
Right.
And if it's twice, then he gets the 3, 4, 5. Like, that's in the NFL. You see a lot of good athletes not make teams because they don't have time to continue to coach the same thing over and over. But JD, one of the greatest turnarounds I've ever seen from a week-to-week standpoint was at LSU.
Yeah.
When he turned, it was like one quarterback was playing one week, and then I saw this other quarterback play the next week.
Yeah.
And they weren't the same
It was like
guy.
right after the Tennessee game.
And it wasn't
At
the
home,
same
you
person.
lost,
And
yeah.
it was never the same person again. And it was the most impressive thing I've ever seen because we saw the physical talent. He doesn't have the most, when he got to LSU, he didn't have the most traditional mechanics. And I was kind of a hater on that from a mechanical standpoint. But if you get to it doesn't matter what your takeaway, when you're at quarterback, what your takeaway, when I say takeaway, your left hand's touching the ball.
Yeah.
You're in your drop back. And when you take the ball away from your left hand, that's kind of the takeaway.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what that looks like. When you get to the end, is your elbow out in front? Is it up? Are you extending out? There's different, you looked at Phillip Rivers, you get Cam Newton, you looked at Tom Brady, Drew Brees. You looked at all these guys. So I take the best quarterbacks, and then I take the guys that had funky mechanics.
Yeah.
Like Phillip Rivers.
Yeah.
Like Cam Newton. They all looked different throwing the ball from the takeaway and how they got to the front of their throwing motion or the back end of their throwing motion. So, but they all looked the exact same when you get stills towards the end of their throwing motion.
Right.
Doesn't matter how they got there, they got there.
Right.
Now, when you look at bad mechanics, the takeaway's bad, and they don't get there. They don't get that elbow into the arm slot. And JD does that.
Yeah.
Sometimes it didn't look conventional, but he does it, and, man, he's accurate. He's an accurate passer. But mentally, man, what he built that football IQ. So excited to see him progress. I can only imagine that his career production is just going to keep improving and improving and improving because we saw a mistake that he made this past weekend with a little clock management, throwing it away, getting an intentional grounding call into the first half, 10-second runoff. That will never happen again.
Right.
To Jaden Daniels.
Yeah.
It might happen again to some other guy, another young quarterback, but I can guarantee you that will never happen to him again because he's a guy that processes information. He learns from his mistakes, and he's coachable.
Yeah, man, I credit him a lot because he was his freshman year at Arizona State, he had some big moments, and he had Brandon Ayuk, and he had Ricky Pearsall and Rasheed White. They were talented, and he went out there and he did against Oregon. He made so many plays, right? And it was just off his raw athletic ability.
Yep.
But for him to understand, okay, I've got this gift, right? I'm a hard worker. Let me pair that with all the things that I have access to be able to build this football IQ. And now, you watch it, and I think his football IQ is one of the best in the NFL.
Yep.
It is high level.
Yep.
And the things that he gets done, and you pair that with his athletic ability, with his ability to throw the football, that's what makes it so impressive. And he continues to work, continues to try to strive to be the best possible version of himself there, and which is, extremely high. And now, Jeff Hafley and that Packers defense, they got to try to deal with it. And they were super aggressive in that first game. But as good as Jared Goff is, he's not Jaden Daniels.
Yep.
They're a completely different quarterback. So the game plan's got to be different.
Yeah, and let me tell you this. Let's not undervalue the addition of Micah Parsons to that Green Bay defense in this game because if there is somebody that knows how to play Jaden Daniels, it's the guy that played him twice last year.
Yeah.
It's the guy that figured out a game plan. Last season alone, in 2 games, the Cowboys versus the Commanders, Micah Parsons had 4.5 sacks.
That's pretty good.
Versus Jaden Daniels. Hard to sack that guy.
Yeah,
right?
for sure.
So he understands. And so don't undervalue what he brings to the table of just hey, Micah, what'd y'all do last year?
Yeah.
How did y'all affect him in the pass rush? And his being able to coach, that defensive line in Green Bay is hungry. Young guys that want to learn. And you don't think they're picking Micah Parsons' brain? Hey, Micah, how did you get that? How did you get home? Where on your pass rush from the defensive end, what was your aiming point on Jaden Daniels? Were you aiming for his back hip? Were you aiming for his front hip? When you got to his level on the field, if he's standing on the 35 and you're rushing, did you stop on the 35?
Yeah.
Did you stop your rush on the 34 and peel back? Did you stop it on the 36? Did you go behind him and then peel back? Like, what was the coaching point? Because 4.5 sacks in 2 games versus Jaden Daniels is a shocking number to me.
Yeah.
For one person.
Yeah.
Like, 4.5 sacks in 2 games against them in a game is
right.
Okay, that sounds right. But 4.5 sacks from one player, that is a type of impact, and that's why he commanded $40 billion a year, whatever he got. So don't underestimate.
Tay-Tay's just punching the air right now. Punching the air.
I hope he accidentally hits the wall.
Even on his birthday?
Even on his birthday. No, I'm just kidding. I don't wish that on any man.
Tough scene. It's not going to be a tough scene when you work with Tommy's. GoTommys.com. GEAUX, Tommy with a Y. GoTommys.com. You're going to clearly see the difference when you go to their website. Everything they do has it on tab on the website, but also like it kind of gives you like other things like gutters. Like we don't talk a lot about that, but they can get that done for you as well. Check out the gallery of work as well. I hope Taylor hits the wall. Oh, gosh. GoTommys.com is the website. GoTommys.com. NFL batch. So I'm just sitting and looking at the teams. Tay-Tay just dumb. Just Packers and Chargers just already gone. Titans on there.
Oh, I'm Taylor. I'm
right.
a new dumb team.
All right, we will step away, and when we come back, it's Thursday. It's 9:15. You already know what it is. It is time for Munchies. Go ahead and get your Munchie questions inside the Bayou 4 chat. We'll get to as many as we can with Chef, and we'll do it when we come back here on OTB.
Off the bench.
All right, to go to allstartoyotofbatonrouge.com, allstartoyotofbatonrouge.com. If you are buying new, if you are leasing, if you are renting, one thing we tell you every single day, twice a day, everything is available. So, look, and also, like, no matter what your needs are, your family's needs, no matter what you're looking for, like, those things are going to be taken care of with All-Star because they got something for everybody. Full-size SUV, check.
Boom.
Trucks, multiple, check. Multiple midsize SUVs, check. I mean, I could go on lists, sedans, hybrids, whatever, minivans. They got all of it, right? And they got all of it when you're buying new. They have all of it when you're leasing. And they have all of it when you're renting. AllStarToyotaBatonRouge.com.
Yeah, it's called tailgating. You know what has a tailgate? A truck does. A Tundra has. Tacoma has one. So if you want to actually go tailgating, go rent a truck. Per day rental prices. Better prices than those big box car rental places over at the airport. So just give them a call, see what that process is like right now, and go visit them at allstartoyotabatonrouge.com.
Like the legend of the Phoenix, all ends with beginnings. What keeps the planet spinning? The force from the beginning. Love. We've come too far to give up who we are.
2007 champs, purple and gold to the core. This is Off the Bench with Hester and Flynn. Baton Rouge's go-to for all things Louisiana sports.
All right, welcome back in. It is OTB, and again, we are live here at Pro Dreams, 3930 Burbank Drive. Pro-Dreams.com is the website, but it is Thursday. It is 9:15, so you know what that means. Our guy, Chef Michael Johnson, joins us now. Chef, what's going on, brother? How we doing? How we living?
I'm good, brother. How are y'all?
Doing good, but I think you're doing a little bit better. I think you had some fun this week, my man. I think you took our opponent. You said, you know what? I'm not going to wait till Saturday. I'm going to go find myself some Gators here coming up here during the middle of the week.
Yeah, I had been talking with Chase Clement about this for quite some time when we cook Gator every year. It for me, too. It's also about celebrating Louisiana heritage. It's about as a chef, I have to appreciate the process of what it takes to get food to table or swamp to table, as it may be, right? So, it was definitely one of those things, and I wanted to be able to say, hey, we went and harvested this, we brought it to you guys. This is our homage to you guys, the team. Not just about playing the Gators this week, but it is also about Louisiana heritage, and eating alligator is part of our lifestyle here. So, it's just been it was such a cool experience, man. We spent some time with the Cajun Navy and understanding what they did, and it was just a really great experience. And I got to spend some time with J.R. Belton, the director of football ops, who went down there with me, and he got him a little gator too, and we got to bond a little bit. And so it was just an extraordinary experience.
So tell me about the gator. Like, so size of the gator, what was the, was there cool stories about? Like, just tell me about the whole experience.
So, we checked probably 15 lines in the morning, several of which had been stripped. There was a couple of real small, what they call pups, that were under 3 feet, probably, under 4 foot, 3 foot, something like that. We ended up with 2 small gators, which we brought back to cook on the smoker because they are sizable to cook on the smoker. The one that I killed was 9 feet, and I think that thing probably went 350. Man, it was to me what I would consider when you're standing on the ground. So the gator that I killed, it was on land, right? And so I had to get out of the boat, go on land, straddle the gator in order to make the kill shot. And there's a very small area that actually kills, and so you have to be, precise in what you're doing. And there's a reaction to it too, and I don't recall ever having my blood pumping and adrenaline rushing quite like so, like standing next to this prehistoric creature that has, a severe business end. It was just exotically adrenaline rush. You know what I mean? So then we got it back in the boat that kept twitching. I think JR and I were kind of anticipating this Tommy Boy moment where the gator gets up and rears up in the boat and everybody's scattering.
Yes.
So yeah, it was awesome.
Oh man, that's hilarious. So Chef, does the team, they appreciate, now, you got this deal, and they're going to have a chance to, have gator this week. And is it something that kind of maybe even fires them up a little bit?
We don't make a big deal out of it until Monday. I don't celebrate it until we celebrate it, right? And so if in the event that we win, we will smoke the gators whole all day Monday and then present them, as full gators. And if we don't win, we don't want to be so boisterous about it, and we'll pick it and do blackened gator and just put it into dishes that we would otherwise serve anyway. You know what I mean? So that it's not so in your face. We are try to be thoughtful about our process. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Chef. So when you kill a gator, and did you do the butchering yourself? Is it just the tail that we eat, or is there a gator backstrap? Is there other parts?
No, yeah. I mean, there's definitely multiple parts of the gator that you can eat. The big one I left behind, and they peeled and cleaned. I think Chase actually did that one himself. The guy that we went out with did the 2 smaller ones for us pretty quickly, man. It was impressive. That guy, it was impressive with the knife, and that's coming from a chef. You know what I mean? Very comfortable and confident with his knife. But to your point about the question of the meat, there's actually different textures of meat and just different types of muscle tissues the gators have. Gators have a third kind of muscle tissue around their jaw that is meant to clench that thing tight down, in a millisecond, right? And that muscle tissue, super tender, eats real tender. It's kind of like pork loin or pork tenderloin, and the flavor of it mimics somewhere between pork and turkey, as do the legs, right? So they use those legs for swimming a lot, and it's a dark meat, right? So there's a lot of myoglobin there. It makes the meat dark, and it makes it, more flavorful. And again, it tastes a lot like pork, somewhere between pork and turkey. The tail actually, has tons of meat on it, obviously, but it's a lighter, whiter meat that excuse the expression, but it tastes like chicken. You know what I mean? It really is mimic of chicken. Now, there is a difference between eating wild gator and farm gator. Farm gator, the fat content tends to be a little stronger because the diet varies. A farm gator has a controlled diet that is the same every day. And a wild gator eats what it finds, right? Sometimes that's live fish. Sometimes it's not, So you have to prepare a wild gator, trim some of the fat off a little bit more. The age of the gator impacts the flavor of it as well. The size of the gator impacts the flavor of it as well. So, you have a kind of an optimum size there. And the younger the gators, the sweeter it is, like the less likely it is to have a real profound flavor. So not only that, it's easier to put in the oven.
Yeah, it's not to change the conversation away from a dead gator, because nobody likes a dead gator on Florida Week more than me. But what you're explaining to me sounds. So I judged a gumbo cook-off one time, and the chef that made this gumbo, it was all the protein was from a snapping river turtle, like one of the big, and so he was explaining to me. And it blew my mind. He was like, I think he said either 5 or 6 types of meat in this one animal. There's white meat, there's dark meat, there's pork, there's some sort of fish, like that, all the different types. And what you're explaining about the alligator, it sounds really similar.
It really is. It is kind of similar. And turtles are equally as interesting to me. I eat just about anything, Jake. As a chef, I feel like I have to. If I'm going to ask somebody to eat something new and interesting, what does that mean of me if I won't? You know what I mean? So turtles, absolutely. There's different textures. I think that there's some meat on a turtle almost that would remind you of clam that gets really tense and tough. And there's there's other pieces, like you said, that's kind of turkey and porkish. Yeah.
Chef, and we got a lot of these questions inside the chat about just maybe all the different ways to cook a gator. And do you ever switch it up, or do you say, you know what, this way works for me, let's keep it like it is?
When I'm cooking whole, I usually smoke. It's a slow and low process that allows it to, not get too dry. It allows it, and I like to brine the gator too. Put it down in an ice chest, soak it in a brine over 24 hours. It helps prevent it from drying out, because gators, by and large, are pretty active creatures in the fact that they're lean. It has a pretty lean muscle tissue, and so when I smoke it, I'll take and baste. What I love to use is a mixture of chopped garlic, olive oil, and these Calabrian chilies that are soaked in the oil. So the oil takes on the flavor of the garlic and the chilies. And I'll take that, spoon it over the gator, and it'll take on kind of a golden red color while you're smoking it, and actually turns a little bit brown too. So it almost takes on a natural color of the gator, but it also, the oil prevents moisture from escaping, and it kind of locks in the moisture inside of it so that it doesn't dry out. It's kind of like cooking a turkey. You baste the turkey, and you don't want it to dry out, so you continue basting it with oil so that the moisture doesn't steam and escape. It's the same principle, same process. And then, like I said, if we don't win and we don't feel like having the whole gator is the appropriate delivery, then we'll probably cook it and pick the meat and put it into a sauce piquant, or saute it down and brown it and then braise it. I love fried gator. I am an absolute idiot for fried gator. You know what I mean? But I think that's primarily tail meat. The leg muscle tissues are really good for braising. So just like any other creature, there's going to be tougher parts. There's going to be more tender parts. I've never actually put a steak off of the gator's leg onto the grill and eaten it that way. But because it's so tender, I definitely would try it. Now that I'm talking about it, I'm kind of curious about it. And do so, in philosophy, you can take the different cuts with different textures, and the more tender it is, the more high heat it will tolerate, and the tougher it is, the lower the temperature needs to be.
We're getting a lot of questions here in our chat, and I can tell there's some eager tailgaters that might be cooking some gator this weekend. So here we go. So hashtag Munchies. Is there a specific brine you would recommend for a gator, or is it just kind of like a don't overthink it situation?
Yeah, I mean, it could be either one of those things. With gators, because it tastes like chicken primarily, I think a citrus brine, throwing a little bit of lemon zest or lemon rind in there. Not the juice necessarily, because the juice is acidic and it will actually cook the meat. But putting a lemony flavor, or even a citrus with lemon, lime, orange, satsuma, that kind of, putting those peels in with your brine. But realistically, it is a salt, sugar, water mixture that is meant to absorb into the muscle tissue to prevent it from drying out. And when it does so, the flavors that you put into it are going to be imparted into it. So, you could probably put some sage in there with the lemon and oranges and stuff, and it tastes quite well. Everybody kind of has their own opinion about what flavors go well together, but I think, a citrus and sage or even marjoram, a little marjoram in there. You could probably make, like go an Italian style gator. I don't know why you would, but if you're constructing it like a chicken dish, Italian chicken dishes are wonderful. So I think the flavor profile is personal preference, but the brine itself is going to be salt water and sugar. It's like a quart of water or a gallon of water to 2 cups of sugar, 2 cups of salt, 1 cup of sugar. So it's, I don't know if I got that clear enough. A gallon of water, 2 cups of salt, 1 cup of sugar. And then for every gallon, you put your seasoning in, like your flavoring in as well.
Chef, last one before we let you go. After LSU is victorious on Saturday and you serve Gator on Monday, can 2 washed-up former athletes who had a lot of success against the Florida Gators come enjoy some Gator?
You guys absolutely should.
Okay.
Asking for a friend.
Asking for a friend. Not saying it's us, but I'm just asking for friends.
Well, I'll probably have a private invite for you, because I think we're serving it for dinner, but I think athletes are capable of coming over there and saying hello. Yeah.
All right. Fair enough. Chef, you're the man. We appreciate it every single week.
Yep.
Look forward to seeing you. I'm assuming you're going to the game this week?
I'm not actually. This is my day off, brother. And
I know. But it was Florida, and I didn't know maybe if that changed the math.
I've been offered tickets, and I've promised time with my kids, and we're gonna do a little fishing.
Well,
so,
all good.
Looks like you might have the gator hunting bug. He might be out there on a boat.
I know.
Absolutely. I will definitely be watching the game. Don't get me wrong, but yeah.
All right, Chef. We'll see you Monday for some victory Gator.
I appreciate you guys.
All right.
Thanks, Chef. Appreciate it.
Chef Michael Johnson, good enough to join us every single week here on OTB. Man, love that guy. Saw some still clips, still photos, and some clips of him out there.
That's awesome.
In the
That's
swamp.
Something I've never done. And I've been in Louisiana a long time. Have you done it before?
Yes, but not to that extent.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like not going off and getting in the boat and making sure.
Yeah. They brought it to
Didn't
you.
do it the smartest way. I'll just,
just jump on their back.
Say that. Like,
wrestle it like Happy Gilmore.
So like when Stelz and the crew had the baby gator in the bathtub at West Campus,
Sure.
not the smartest way. Hey, don't worry, Jay. Has this got duct tape on it, baby? No, sorry, electrical tape. It was electrical tape.
Yeah, we're gonna put him
in
We're gonna put him in the aquarium with our king cobra steak.
He did. He also had a snake. He also had that inside of the dorm room. All right.
Psycho.
God. What a war daddy.
War daddy.
All right, we'll take a break. More OTB. I believe we got to get to some NFL Bachelor.
Okay,
when we come back with the birthday boy, Taylor Sharp, and we'll have that for you when we jump back on OTB.
Off the bench.
All right, since 1930, since the 1930s, a long time ago, Supreme Rice has been changing the way you take in your jambalaya, your etouffee, your stews, your red beans, and your gumbo. So whether it's the brown rice, medium grain, the very popular jasmine rice,
that is popular.
My go-to.
It is popping right now.
Supreme Rice is going to make your favorite dishes even better, man. And look, they are local as local can be. Not only in Southwest Louisiana, but this entire area. It is grown, milled, it is processed right here in Southwest Louisiana. You're supporting Louisiana farmers. I told you, man, we went to a baseball tournament in Crowley, and it was so cool. Like, Supreme Rice was everywhere, right? And they were the backdrop of the baseball field. And it just felt like just Americana, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, it was Supreme Rice, and they mean so much to the town. They mean so much to the area because they've been in this area since the 1930s. So go pick up your bag of Supreme Rice today. That's at your Rouse's, your Walmart, your Kroger, all your AG food stores, supremerice.com.
Locked in on LSU football 24/7. You're listening to Off the Bench.
All right, welcome back in. It is OTB. We are here live on location at Pro Dreams, 3930 Burbank Drive in Baton Rouge. Pro-dreams.com is the website. I'm going to throw it back to studio because it is now time to play a little NFL Bachelor as Taylor Sharp is trying to pick his new team because he finally got tired of Jerry Jones and his antics and the Cowboys sucking. So here is Taylor Sharp on his birthday. Happy birthday, Tay-Tay, picking his new NFL team, or at least getting down to the final two.
Yeah, so we have 4 teams right now left. When I started this process, it wasn't an easy decision. I had been with the Dallas Cowboys my entire life, but finally decided enough was enough. Went on a few dates and with some other teams, kind of got some feelers out the opening weekend, and I'm down to 4 now. It's the New Orleans Saints, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Tennessee Titans, and Buffalo Bills. Unfortunately, I do have to eliminate 2 of these teams today. I love this guy. I think he's probably the best football player in the NFL, but I am going to have to eliminate the Buffalo Bills. I'm not a North guy. I mean, I don't really like snow, and the Buffalo Bills seem to play in the snow pretty much more than any other team in the NFL. So for that reason, they're out. It also felt a little bit too bandwagon for me, almost a little recency bias. Love Josh Allen, always be a fan of him. Love Bills Mafia. I think it's the best fan base in the NFL. Don't know if I'm ready for that because I want to go to a place where I can realistically go see a game. Buffalo, kind of just not in the cards, so the Buffalo Bills are eliminated. Okay, so now we're down to 3. Saints, Titans, Bucks. Look, this next team, I always had a little fling with them. We flirted back and forth for a number of years. There is nothing I love more or nothing that I'm more proud of than being from the state of Louisiana. I love Louisiana. I think if you ask me, Baton Rouge is the greatest place to live. I know a lot of people crap on it. I've lived here my entire life. I love it. However, if I was to pick the New Orleans Saints, I would just be picking the Dallas Cowboys. They are the same team. Their front offices ran the exact same. They're both in bad shape, and there's no clear path to winning in the future. I just don't see it happening. This was the hardest pick because it is our home team, but the New Orleans Saints have also been eliminated. So the final 2 we will be deciding with tomorrow, the Tennessee Titans, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
The Tennessee Titans and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, just like I knew it would be. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers and Baker Mayfield. Tay-Tay can't help himself. And then Tennessee, Nashville, the home of country music.
That's my prediction.
I don't know. You don't understand how much this man loves Baker Mayfield.
But if he's basing it just off of that, it's a short term.
Well, I mean, to be fair to Tay-Tay and Tampa Bay, Mike Allstott played his entire career there.
Sure.
So you can always fall back on that.
Yeah, but he waxed poetically about how much he loves Louisiana, which is very heartfelt, and I get that. But he does love it, so I don't know if he's going to want to consciously choose a team out of thin air just because of quarterback and actively root against other Louisianans in the same division. I don't know if he can do that. Could choose somebody that twice a year he's got to actively cheer against his neighbors. So I don't know, but I think Tennessee's the one you're going.
Yeah, he cheered for the Cowboys. Saints fans hate the Cowboys.
That's true, but they didn't always play them every year. The Bucs are playing them twice a year. Maybe he wants that. Maybe he wants the smoke.
Look, look.
Well, we already know he's not the smartest guy in the world. You know?
Look, it could be worse. I mean, I can remember, playing against them and being a little starstruck. Is like, man, Derek Brooks is out there. Like, that's kind of cool. Like, Rondé Barber's out there. That guy's a Hall of Famer. Both those guys are Hall of Famers. So it could be worse. It could be the Falcons. Could be the Cowboys again.
So he wants to be able to realistically go to games. So I guess like New Orleans airport.
Yeah, either one of those he can.
You get Southwest to, it's an hour and 15, hour and a half flight, Southwest to Nashville.
Yeah. Tampa, same thing. That's not bad.
Yeah, Tampa, same thing. Not bad. Okay. Realistically, you can get to either one. Buffalo, you're right. Be a little tougher. I thought Buffalo had a shot at it, though, honestly.
Moonfish, you're on to something. He says Tay, Tampa Bay Tay. I say Tampa Bay Tay. Would just be easier.
Or just Tampa Tay.
Tampa Bay Tay.
Tampa Tay.
Tampa Tay's good, too. I like Tampa Bay Tay, but Tampa Tay, either one is acceptable here. The nickname possibilities. It was always going to be the Bucs. It was always going to be the Bucs.
You're calling me out for messing with the cables down here? You can't hear that, can you? You just see it.
Y'all know this about him. He can't help himself.
It's fidgety. Like I made a little lasso.
He doesn't have a desk to slap.
I do enjoy sitting on the couches, though. I'll say that.
I do too.
It's kind of relaxing, nice. Yeah.
Yeah, they are nice.
I can see the appeal on podcasters getting big, comfy couches, comfy chairs.
Well, if you're dealing with some problems, you can see the appeal of going to Goodwood. YourGoodwood.com. Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness, all kinds. Lots of problems. There's a full list of things that they can help you out with, actually on the website. Some of them, not all of them, but yes, YourGoodwood.com is the website. Yeah, it happens there sometimes. It does. But they're open Monday through Friday. They're right there on Drusilla. They're here locally, and they're ready for you. So go to the website today, book your consultation. They've got a solution to your problem. YourGoodwood.com is that website. So we're actually going to be very responsible. We've tried to do it all week long, way more than we ever have before. We are going to take a break on time-ish, and we are going to get to your questions to wrap up today's show here from Pro Dream. So an extended, just actually on time, Ask the Bench when we come back here on OTB.
Say extend.
Off the bench.
Go to GetGordon.com. Gordon McCurdy Injury Attorneys. Right there on the homepage, you can get a consultation set up. You can see past client results, cases they handle for you in the courtroom. Remember, it's throughout the state of Louisiana, no matter where you're at. You can be in Shooter, Louisiana. You can be in DeRidder, Louisiana. You can be in Cutoff, Louisiana. You can be in Central Louisiana. Gordon and the G team can help you. Your area code followed by 888-8888.
And we mentioned the Billboard Design Contest until September 21st. Get your design in right there at the website. You can Google Gordon McKernan Billboard Design. It'll pull it up right there. You can submit your design, whether you're a child, whether you're an adult, whatever it is, whether you want to Chat GPT a sweet design of Gordon's head on something cool. I don't know what it is, but get your design in, drive down the interstate, check out, look up and see a billboard with what you drew on there right there, and go to getgordon.com to see how they can help you.
Did a full 180, crazy, thinking about the way I was. Did the heartbreak change me? Maybe.
Locked in on LSU football 24/7. You're listening to Off the Bench.
This last segment already?
Yes, it is the last segment.
What'd you say like that for?
There, sir. I mean,
what'd I do?
Hit the mic one time as you put it on. Look, I'm gonna take it off, and that's how you put it on quietly.
Okay, here we go.
Off. God, it's still louder than me. You'll get there.
It's a hot mic. That's all.
You'll get there. It's okay. It takes reps.
I'm still just over 3 months into this thing. I'm still learning all those tips about how to take a headset off.
Yeah, see, when it's convenient for you, you're like, I've been doing this since 2018. I came in once a week. Yeah. When it's not, it's like, I'm new at this. Pick which one. Don't be a fence leaner.
Don't let facts get in the way of a good story,
Don't be a fence leaner. All right, the NFL is here, and every touchdown brings you closer to a payout with DraftKings Sportsbook. New customers, this one's for you. Bet just $5 and get $300 in bonus bets instantly. Plus, grab over $200 off NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube and YouTube TV. Your season starts now. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code Baton Rouge. That is promo code Baton Rouge, all one word, to get $300 in bonus bets instantly when you place your first bet of $5 or more. Plus, again, over $200 off NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube and YouTube TV in partnership with DraftKings. The crown, guess what? It's not mine. It's yours.
Oh, nice. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER, 21 plus, physically present in Louisiana. Select parishes only. Eligibility restrictions apply to licensee partner Golden Nugget Lake Charles. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. See sportsbook.draftkings.com/promos. NFL Sunday Ticket offer for new subscribers only and auto renews until canceled. Digital games and commercial use excluded. Restrictions apply. Additional NFL Sunday Ticket terms at youtube.com/go/NFL Sunday Ticket/terms. Limited time offer.
All right, it is now time to get to your questions. Hashtag Ask the Bench. Do you think Tom Brady and Tay had the same way to get to Tampa Bay? Same process. Tampa Tay and Tom Brady to Tampa Bay.
I feel like Tom Brady's was a lot more well thought out and constructed and executed for sure.
Hashtag Ask the Bench. If one of y'all sons got an offer from the Gators, would you let him go on a visit? No.
Hell no.
I mean, seriously, like, no. I've told, like, no. I've told him no. There's places in the SEC.
And we raise our children right.
No, see,
they wouldn't want to go.
This isn't like a joke either. There's places in the SEC they can go to. Like if my son wanted to play for Shane at South Carolina, if he wanted to play for Eli at Mizzou, hell, if he even wanted to play for Sark at Texas, and LSU didn't offer him, right? That's a caveat here. Like LSU didn't offer, and probably get those offers. You probably get LSU. But if they didn't, yeah, he can go play for those guys. He ain't going to play for the Gators in Gainesville, Florida. And it ain't going to happen. Because if you get an offer from Florida, you got one that's adjacent to it, and you're picking that one.
Yep.
I'm not singing Tom Petty unless I want to sing Tom Petty. I ain't wearing orange and blue. All right? I'm not wearing macrame jean shorts. I ain't doing that. Ain't happening.
I want to give a real thought-out answer here. And I want to just follow-up question to you. What if LSU didn't offer him, and he was signing to make life-changing money, and Florida was the only one to offer that?
Nope.
Okay. No. They heard it here first, people.
No.
We don't care what our children want.
No, it ain't happening.
We raise them right. We raise them to hate Florida.
Hashtag Ask the Bench. Why does Taylor suck so much? Flynn, you got that one?
Do I need to explain it? Just because. Because he can't read a room. You know, he makes bad decisions, poor decisions. And he had multiple opportunities to at least, do the right thing and make it interesting and keep it competitive. We didn't say we need to pick our teams because they're our teams, but we can't support someone that makes bad decisions over and over and over. At some point, you just got to set them free. And I don't know what set them free means. Just ridicule them. So we're there. So happy birthday, though. Hope it's a great one. Why are you silent?
Hashtag Ask the Bench. Well, I threw it to you. Which game outside of LSU Florida are you going to be talking about the most on Monday's show? I'm assuming college since they. I think it is going to be
A&M Notre Dame.
I think Clemson and Georgia Tech.
Yeah, because we do like Haynes King a lot.
Clemson and Georgia Tech. I think that one's going to be the first one, and I think Tennessee and Georgia, because if Tennessee upsets Georgia, that's certainly newsworthy. And if Georgia houses Tennessee, right, I think that's newsworthy as well because Georgia's kind of been slow out of the gate. They haven't, really dominated. I know they've won against Marshall and Austin Peay, but they hadn't really dominated. And so if they go out there and they dominate Tennessee, I think that's the storyline.
Yep.
Those are two. You mentioned A&M Notre Dame.
Pavia Sellers matchup.
Ooh, that might actually be the answer.
The one. Vanderbilt.
That actually might be the answer.
South Carolina. That's going to be a great game. South Carolina. We are obviously very high on here at Off the Bench. So we'll see how that goes. Vanderbilt coming off a great win. So two dynamic quarterbacks. Both guys that can take over a game. So I'm excited to see the replays of that one because I'll be in Death Valley cheering on the Tigers. Not worried about that game, but I'll watch it the next day. Maybe not.
Hashtag Ask the Bench. Is there anyone on Florida staff who played in 07 that's still sour about y'all cooking them? I don't know the staff that well. Probably not. Maybe like somebody like deep within equipment or trainer or something. Tate Casey's a sideline reporter. He played tight end for the
Hate to
Gators.
say it, good guy though.
Yeah, he's from Longview, Texas. Shout out to the Lobos. But
say
I
it.
don't know that there's anybody on the staff. I'd have to look it up and see. Now they got a lot of blue polos in their coaching picture. They got they had a coordinator of game-changing moments. That's an official title that was on their staff. So maybe soft maybe, just because they got so many coaches.
Who's the assistant coordinator of game-changing moments?
I don't know, but I think the coordinator of game-changing moments got let go. Seriously, I don't think that's. I think he got let go.
It's his fault. If you want to,
Flynn is filling T-Bob's little shoes with the Taylor Hate. Them cankles are going to Muffin Top and T's little shoes.
Muffin Top.
We can't beat that. We're not even going to try.
Look at these things.
We're not going to
You
try.
think those are cankles?
Muffin Top
I don't think
cankles.
so.
We love you. We'll see you tomorrow live from Rouse's.
Let's go.
Enjoy the rest of your day.
Off the bench.
Too good.
Oh, Muffin Top in England. Go to prodreams.com. We've been here all day. We're here every single Thursday for an LSU home game. And so we'll be back here next week as LSU takes on Southeastern. Excited to be here. I'll be here again on Saturday from 10 a.m. until 11:30 a.m. I'm going to be watching College Game Day, drinking some coffee, eating some donuts, having some fun. Come hang out with me here. Look forward to seeing all of y'all on Saturday. Again, 3930 Burbank Drive in the same shopping center as the OG walk-ons. Go to the website today, though, to find your next piece of memorabilia, pro-dreams.com.
That's right. We've had the pleasure of spending the last couple Thursdays here, and we will all season long for home games. But on game days, y'all stop by, man. Come see this cool stuff. Like you said, they got 6 locations across Tiger Stadium for game day. Go see them. They have amazing stuff, amazing people over here. And what better way to get started than coming and seeing Mr. Hester on floor today in the morning? Go see him, prodreams.com.